If you never find that connection with another individual, you may never experience the level of intimacy that makes relationships more exciting. How to make your relationship more exciting? Some of the most exciting times that you can have in a relationship is where there is high levels of intimacy, but you're unable to enjoy high levels of intimacy from spiritual intimacy or physical intimacy, emotional intimacy, mental intimacy. You're unable to explore those higher levels of intimacy without genuine trust. And because a lot of couples struggle with creating a relationship based on genuine trust, they're unable to explore the exciting parts of a relationship that require intimacy. So, I'm going to show you how you, as an individual that is in a relationship, or you as a single individual, can prepare yourself to get into those exciting relationships where you have high levels of intimacy and you're able to explore there's a whole world out there of things that you can explore as a couple that are very exciting. Number one, it starts off with accountability. You want to make sure that you are setting the example of what it looks like when someone is accountable for their actions and the impact of your actions. Your partner may not be there in the beginning. Your partner may be at like 50% or 60% accountability. They may not be able to hold themselves accountable for all of their actions and the impact of their actions, but it's important for you to set the example. Even if your partner is not holding themselves accountable, show them what it's like. A lot of times we learn way more from watching someone than hearing someone speak. We learn a lot more from watching the action than we learn from reading a book about the action. And there is no one out there who's going to watch you more than your partner. So demonstrate, hey, I'm a woman and I am going to show my man what it's like when someone holds themselves accountable. I'm going to set the example, and vice versa. If you're a man, you want to set the example. I'm a man, and I'm going to set the example of what it looks like to hold myself accountable. And eventually, my partner will learn. Eventually, they will begin doing the things that I'm doing. Be the first to acknowledge your actions. If your partner brings you something that hurts them or that you have done wrong, take a step back, be very thoughtful about it, but okay, acknowledge your actions. Hey, I did that. Like at least do that. And the next thing is acknowledge the impact of your actions. I did that and I realized that it hurts you based on what you said. And I'm going to do something about it. I don't want to hurt you. I love you. I don't want to hurt you. I want to make sure that I'm better. What would have worked better in that situation? And I'll work on doing that. No one is perfect, right? But you can be perfect in your effort. You can be perfect in your accountability. Be accountable. Next thing to make your relationship more exciting is learn how to communicate. There's been so many times where couples can see other couples. You can see them on social media and you're like, man, I wish we had that dynamic in our relationship. Or, I wish that my man would do X, Y, and Z for me. Or I wish my woman would do X, Y, and Z for me. A lot of the dynamics that we see on social media and a lot of the dynamics you see happening and demonstrated by other couples, it requires clear communication. If you just think about creating a video, there's a lot of communication that goes into just preparing a video to be filmed, right? But in your relationship, make sure that you are setting the example for communication. Communicate clearly. You want your partner to understand what you're thinking, what you're feeling, um, what you think about the relationship. You want to communicate those thoughts very clearly. Now, remember, you don't just communicate with your words. There's a lot of people out there who say, I didn't say anything. Well, it's how you looked when he was talking. I didn't look at him or anything. Well, it's where you looked with your eyes when he was speaking. It is the way you cross your hands or you fold your arms across your chest. You can communicate with your body language. You can communicate with your posture. You can also communicate with your feet. There's a lot of people out there who will tap their foot or they'll stomp their foot and it communicates something to your partner. If your man is a good man and he is focused on you, he's going to be able to pick up all the different ways that you communicate how you're feeling, what you're thinking, and your intentions toward him. So learn how to communicate and set the example of communication. Obviously, men are no different. Make sure In this instance, make sure that you as a man are clearly communicating your thoughts, intentions, and desires to your woman. That is very important when you think about creating a relationship where you can have a lot more exciting times and a lot more intimacy and just all that great stuff. You want to make sure that you're setting the example for communication. Hey, this is how we communicate in the relationship. We communicate clearly. Next is transparency. There's people out there who are married and they have low levels of transparency, even though they've been with the person for a very, very, very long time. There's people out there who haven't been dating for very long. And the people who have very short term relationships, a lot of times their level of transparency may be high. Having transparency in a relationship means that you are being forward, that you are not hiding your intentions. If you see someone as someone that you can be with for the rest of your life, say it. Hey, I see me being married to you for the rest of my life. I see us having a big family and a big house and so on and so forth. You want to express those feelings of and you want to be transparent with the way that your heart is feeling toward the person and how you're feeling about the relationship. Don't make them have to guess. Don't leave them in that kind of like no man's land. If you're a woman, be transparent with what you think about the relationship. Hey, I want to have your children. Hey, I want to do X. You want to express those feelings so that he knows how you feel about your relationship. And also vice versa. Men as well. Hey, I'm ready to commit to you. Hey, I want to build a life around you. Hey, I want to protect you. Hey, I want to provide for you. Hey, I want to create something together with you. You want to be transparent with your feelings and how what you think about their relationship. When you think about creating a relationship where you can enjoy more exciting times, those exciting times can happen because both people feel secure in their relationship. But it's hard to feel secure in the relationship if you're not transparent with what you think about their relationship. Let's say, for example, you explore something new, like physical intimacy, or you explore something new with spiritual intimacy, and it's exciting, but something goes wrong. You want to have in the back of your mind that even if something goes wrong, even if something is not ideal, even if something is not completely enjoyable for both parties, you're still committed to each other. You're still transparent with your intentions in the relationship. And an experience that you have that is not ideal is not going to affect your desire in a relationship or your intentions in the relationships. And in order to do that, you need to be able to be transparent with what you think about the relationship. You want to put all the cards on the table, so to speak. The next thing with respect to creating a relationship based that is that allows you to be more exciting and have more exciting experiences, you want to make sure that you create a safe space for vulnerability. Now, there's a lot of men out there who are looked at as very strong, and we want to be strong in your eyes. We want to feel like you look up to us and you value our strength, you value our power, you value our leadership. We like feeling validated as your man in our life. Women, on on vice versa, right? I'm not a woman, but I'll say from a man's perspective, when a woman feels comfortable bringing something to me, something that she is struggling with, or something that is hurting her, or something that I can help her with, when she demonstrates that she feels comfortable being vulnerable around me, that makes me feel as a man, oh, this is good. Oh, this is the type of vulnerability that allows me to be feel validated as a man because I can be her protector, I can be her provider, or I could be useful, right? And a lot of men, we derive our self-esteem based on how useful we are to other people. We're essentially we essentially serve people, and by serving people or by doing things for people, we build our self-esteem. In a relationship that you want to be more exciting, the man and the woman need to feel comfortable being vulnerable. There's gonna be times when it's not gonna look perfect, right? Like you maybe try rock climbing for the first time, you maybe try skydiving, or you may try exploring something spiritually. You may be putting yourself in an unfamiliar situation where you look like a rookie or you look like you don't know what you're doing. But if you create a safe space in your relationship where you feel vulnerable, where you feel comfortable being vulnerable, and your partner also feels comfortable being vulnerable, then you can start exploring things where You know, you don't have to look perfect. You don't have to look like you know what's going on. You don't have to look like you don't have to maintain some sort of ego in a relationship. You don't have to let your ego stop you from exploring something new and something exciting. Create a safe space. Learn how to be the person that creates a safe space for vulnerability. And then also learn to work on your insecurities so that you feel comfortable sharing them with someone who loves you. You have to give someone an opportunity to demonstrate that they can be trusted with your vulnerabilities. And if you never give them an opportunity, if you have boundaries up, you have walls, and you never give someone an opportunity to demonstrate that they can be trusted with your vulnerability, then unfortunately, you may never meet someone who you feel comfortable trusting with that vulnerability. And if you never cross that bridge, if you never find that connection with another individual, you may never experience the level of intimacy that makes relationships more exciting. So please work on that. The last piece is intimacy. When you think about creating a relationship that is more exciting, where you get to explore new things and go to different places and explore different relationship dynamics, when you think about the exciting parts of a relationship, it all ties back to intimacy and your ability to be authentic, be in the moment, um, be present. It ties back to both individuals' ability to express their strongest emotions and share their strongest emotions, their strongest desires, express their realest, their most true thoughts. It requires both people to bring their full selves into an interaction. It could be something easy like doing chores around the house, where you guys are both working hard to clean the whole house and make sure it's all perfect. Because you all are trying your both of you all are trying your best in that moment, you can experience some pretty cool times. I've seen people break out into dance parties. I've seen people break out into other things in the middle of cleaning the house because both people are present in the interaction. And that's exciting. There's other times when you can be exploring something spiritually, and one of you all may be having a spiritual moment. It's important to understand that that spiritual moment that you're having is also a spiritual moment that can be an opportunity for intimacy, to grow intimacy and to experience something exciting in your relationship. You just have to make sure that you're able to share that intimate spiritual moment that you're having with your partner. And if your partner has done the work, they're going to be able to meet you in that place spiritually, and you guys can have an amazing interaction. That's exciting. You have a lot of unforgettable experiences ahead if you're able to get to those higher levels of intimacy, but you're not going to be able to get to those higher levels of intimacy if you don't build a relationship based on genuine trust. I look forward to you taking what I've taught here today and using it to enhance your relationship and creating a more exciting vibe in your relationship. If you're interested, start working on it today. Find a coach, find a course, find a community. You don't have to join my community. You don't have to take my course. And you don't have to take my coaching sessions. However, if you're interested, feel free to reach out and I'll be glad to help you. I look forward to talking to you again in the next video. Thank you.